Well, here we are again, and we're pointing fingers at each other and, in essence, trying to deflect some blame. Let's stop blaming people, and let's just get our job done. Right now, we're going through a process, and that's this budget that we have before us today, SB 16. We're going through a process that we all know isn't going to go anywhere. So what can come out of this process? We might offend each other, say things that we might regret tomorrow. But the most important thing that's going to come out of this process is that we're taking our eye off the ball on what we should be focused on at this moment, and that's negotiating to get this budget done in the next 37 hours or 36 hours. So we can focus on debates, or whatever you want to call this. We can focus on debates. We can focus on this exercise. Let's focus on negotiating. We're close. We've been here before. I've been trying for days, Mr. President and members, to work with both sides on a principled compromise. And I really believe that we're close. I really do. But it's that last one that is the hardest, and I know that. The governor in his May revise called for $16 billion worth of cuts. The conference committee has $11.4 billion worth of cuts. 11.2, 11, get it to 12. At the end of the day, why can't we come to the middle? Why can't we come to the middle on the governor's May revise and the conference committee report and come up with some good reforms that keep us out of getting into this mess once again? Members, I've run the numbers. Fact of the matter, there's a lot of members in this House that have run the numbers, and I know the numbers work. We're just taking a position. But if we come together as Californians instead of Republicans and Democrats, I know we can get our job done. I don't want to decimate healthy families. We're not going to decimate healthy families. And I know that we don't have to decimate healthy families. I don't want to eliminate the Cal Grants. No one in this building wants to eliminate the Cal Grants, and we know we're not going to eliminate the Cal Grants. And I know that we don't have to eliminate the Cal Grants. I don't want to close my state parks. And I know we don't have to close our state parks. I don't want to end CalWorks. We talk about it as a safety net. I agree. But I know that if we put some good reforms in place or start the framework of good reforms in place, we don't have to end CalWorks. We can make it work if we reform it. And we know it. I don't want to decimate IHSS, a program that keeps family members together, taking care of our loved ones, not warehousing our family members, keeping them in our homes, taking care of our loved ones. I don't want to decimate it. We're not going to decimate it. We know we don't have to decimate it, but we need to reform it. And we know that. We have to stop the fraud that takes the money away from the voiceless and the vulnerable population of California and puts it in the pockets of people that game the system. I know we can reform it. Why can't we start the framework or the conversation of reforming it now? I think we can. I know we can. Members, I know we can do this. We've been here before. Nobody wants to be in this position, and I realize that. These are tough times. And I know that you feel that you've done enough. I know that. I know that you feel that we've cut enough. Let's get to the real meat here. We have to cut a little bit more and protect the safety net. We can do it, but we stake our positions and we don't want to negotiate. We all know what has to happen. And I say that because it wasn't long ago that I kept hearing the same thing. 36 hours, 42 hours, 56 hours, 24 hours. The state is going to go into bankruptcy. We're going off the cliff. Guess what I did? I did what the Democrats and the governor wanted to do. I raised taxes. I said bankruptcy was not an option to the people of California. We were going to pay our bills, and we were going to move this state forward. We weren't going to fail. And now, I'm here asking you, the rest of these members of this House and the other House, to cut a little bit more and to put some little reforms in place that will never allow us to come here again. Not just kick the can one more time. We can do it in 36 hours. We've done it before. This is a year of tough choices and tough votes. Let's face fear in the face here. You think it's a victory for me to ask people to cut more? You think it's a victory for Republicans to cut programs? You think we go home and we do cartwheels because we cut government? No, I don't, at least not for this Republican. But I know what needs to happen, and we all know what needs to happen. So, you know, we keep hearing this May 19th election, and I campaigned every day for that darn thing. Every single day. I campaigned to raise more taxes because my state was going into bankruptcy. We had organizations out there beating me up saying it was the wrong time to do it, and then after we come back here, they run ads to raise taxes. I mean, come on. No tax. We heard that the message said no taxes. That the election was no more cuts. That the election was no more borrowing. That the election was no new taxes. The election was get your job done, members of the legislature. This is too confusing for me to do at home. You do your job. Here is our opportunity. We got 36 hours. We can do it. You know, I'm not asking you guys to compromise on your principles. I'm not. But I'm asking the members of this House to come up with a principled compromise that puts California first.